YouTube right now. You're watching Sipstea the show. Thank you for tuning in and kicking it with us for another week.
It's Wednesday and it's cold outside. And here's the thing: y'all had a lot of people didn't go to work today, so I know y'all still up. So I ain't working today. I still work from
y'all
home.
Chilling like a villain.
So I know y'all ain't sleep. Y'all probably took them extra little naps. I ain't gonna lie.
How many naps you had today?
I woke up at 12.
Chillaxing.
Woke up, went to sleep. Well, no, I woke up around like 9, 8 to text my job, said due to inclement weather, I won't make it in. And then I went back to sleep. Then I woke back up at 12. I said, okay, let me do some work. And then I went back to sleep.
That you always have to actually, wake up to tell them you're not coming.
Exactly. They should have just known.
Right,
you should have just known.
She's not coming. Okay, cool. But yeah, you got to get up and tell them that you're not coming, and then, continue on with not doing anything. Finish chillaxing.
That's exactly what I did.
But so it's also hot because there is so much going on right now. Like the topics were just coming through, and I'm just like getting giddy all day long. As a matter of fact, all week long, because we had a great show last week. We had topics to go over that. It was like, I felt like this week was just going to be a spinoff of last week, because how can you finish the conversation? I'm not finished. It's never finished.
But then again, the US of A is always up with the fuckery.
Always up with.
There's always something to talk about, because they're always with the fuckery.
I figured out who was going to get the shit to war, because it was so much bullshit. Like so much Suga Honey Iced TEA going on out here that,
I couldn't. I was posting stuff, and I said, you know what? I want to comment. But I said, let me just hold it till Wednesday. But the topics are too. But I started to give it to y'all as it was coming to me.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes that's the issue, because it's like, ooh, I want to say something so bad. I don't want to lose the energy and the spirit.
Yeah, you don't want to re-say it.
Yes.
I done heard her say that before.
Because so much stuff got me mad. I can't repeat myself when there's some ish that we need to talk about, but
it got me. What the young folks say? It got me good.
Got me good. Okay, all the way. But let's get into it. You know what I'm saying? We got some segments and we got some things that we got to roll through in order to get through this show and give y'all all the tea. So we start the show off with our first segment, which is PositiviTEA. Why? Because when you're dealing with fuckery, you also got to start off on a positive note. You know what I'm saying? We need to bring it in correctly and take it out correctly. So that positivity. Should I go first? You ready to go?
Well, you can definitely go.
Are you ready with this?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So scrolling through my Facebook and everything, and of course our show friends, Miss Johnson, who what's the name of her book coming out? I want you to.
You put me on the spot.
I do. I know, because you know what? It was
it's actually already. Her book has been out.
It's out. Okay, it's out
for years.
And really? Oh no, I thought. Well, we did. Well, then guess what? Some stuff is new to you, but it's old to everybody else. But we definitely need to get into that. Maybe we can bring in some passages.
My valleys are temporary.
My valleys are temporary. Okay, so my valleys are temporary. With Miss Johnson, just call me under Miss Johnson, who she always has things that speak to me on Instagram. That's for sure. I can always count on her to give me the word. But this one is actually on success. And it was a quote by Brendan Burchard. And I guess he's author of Life's Golden Ticket. Anyway, it says success requires a longer journey than most people anticipate or are willing to endure. There are days of pain and sleepless nights of worry. There is so much exhaustion, fear, temptation to quit at every turn. People laugh and judge and point. Still, you have to honor the struggle of life. Know they will come. Greet them with awareness, knowing that they have been placed before you by a divine hand, and challenge you to learn to appreciate others, to transcend yourself, and to rise. So, we always talk about rising above. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to rise above your damn self. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to transcend your now in order to get to your later. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see me post sometimes and I'll say, twin, And I really feel like twinning is actually stepping outside yourself to become more of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you are there's a duality in human nature. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm the girl that's the couch potato, but sometimes I'm jazz hands and spear fingers. I'm twinning. You know what I'm saying? That all of these things are me. And people in general are complex, and all of these things make you up. It's low, especially if you're a Gemini. That two sides is like ridiculous because it's not two. There are lots of different sides, but I think that that's with everybody. I think everybody has a lot of complexity with them in general just by being human. And when you're looking for success, you have to, Eb Deceleb knows, like, you know, sometimes we're up like super late at night, like trying to, you know, push ourselves forward and propel ourselves forward and things like that. And it's not easy. It's not something, you know, everybody gets to see the jazz hands and spirit fingers, but you don't get to see the work behind it.
They get to see finished product.
Yeah, you get to see the finished product. Even the work in progress, you get to see. And even that doesn't look like all of the painstaking effort that sometimes it takes to put into it. You know, even with Jules by Gem, sometimes I'm up all night, like trying to pump out these orders because it's my duty and it's my responsibility. And that's how I maintain my name. You know what I'm saying? Being my best self as an entrepreneur as well. So yes. And don't forget, guys, you are the judge of your own success. Please do not let anybody tell you where your success lies. You're never failing. You're just moving forward and you're growing. So boom, that's your positivity.
Godmother, we sipping both. Godmother, go on YouTube and go subscribe to YouTube. It's Sipstea the show on YouTube.
Yes, please join us on Sipstea the show on our YouTube channel. Okay, so Eb Deceleb, give us some positivity.
So for me, you guys, this is the more of a personal quote that I did. I'm a Leo, and so Leos have a lot of pride. And, you know, those are some things that I was battling with within myself. It's just letting down my pride, letting down my ego, and just, you know, allowing greatness to happen and not getting in the way of my own greatness. So for me, and that's been something that's been really important to me, because if anybody who knows me knows, you know, I have a way about myself where I start thinking things and my thoughts get the best of me. And then my pride even gets the best of me, and then my ego stops me. So I found a quote that was just super relatable, and for those who can relate and for those who can't relate, you know, this is a quote for you guys and really for myself. If your pride is bigger than your heart and your ego is bigger than your head, grow up or you will be alone for life. So that for me it really went a long way for me, and just everything that I'm doing, whether it's my relationship, whether it's my job, whether it's this our business or whatever. You know, I allow myself and my thoughts to get the best of me, my pride to get the best of me, and my ego, and trying to be right all the time to get the best of me, not realizing I can lose it all just because I'm trying to stay on. And so that's, for me, it's just learning how to be humble and learning how to just take pride out of it. Take pride out of it, you know, and just and realize exactly what you're doing and where you're trying to get to in life. And you'll get a lot further in life without all the ego, without all the pride, and with stopping yourself from getting to where you need to be. So for me, that was just something that was really, really, really important to me. So that was it for me.
I can definitely dig that. I really think that, you know, as far as pride goes, because we all, you know, are guilty at one point or the other. But I really think that if you are way too prideful, you rob yourself of the opportunity to learn. You know what I'm saying? Because if you know it all, then nobody needs to teach you anything. But you still don't know what you don't know. So always being open and having that humility and the ability to be teachable actually works in your favor. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the best thing in the world is I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody actually might reach out and help you. Like, and you've single-handedly increased knowledge base. So sometimes having all the answers actually works against you as well. So that's a good one. That's a good one. Because you got to keep yourself in check. You know what I'm saying?
You got to check yourself.
We all got to keep ourselves in check and swallow. Like, I done learned. That probably sounds funny. I was about to say I learned to swallow. That sounds funny, but I've learned to actually zip it a little bit. Just because your pride is going to makes you want to fight back against things that are going on. But sometimes you got to zip it, like shut up, just you know what I'm saying? And listen, you know what I'm saying? Take it all in. So yeah, I'm feeling that. I'm definitely feeling it. Okay, you guys, and let us know. Thank you for tuning in to our YouTube channel. And let us know if you guys have experienced anything over the last week. If you have positivity to share with Sipstea the show, go ahead and drop it in the comment section.
We might say your quote. Like, honestly, I want us to start saying
absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
These are the quotes that resonate with me, what I'm going through. But I know y'all going through some stuff too. So y'all might have them daily affirmations people in the world and everybody needs to hear. So if y'all got something y'all want to say, my godmother actually every day. I ain't gonna lie, I be stealing some of her quotes, but I can because that's my godmother. Okay. But she quotes out a lot of stuff too, just like Latif. She's also she's always putting out a lot of positivity as well. So I don't know if she wants to give her Instagram out there like that, but she's always quoting positive things. So if you guys have those positive things, add us at Sipstea the show. Let us know so we can talk about it on live and get everybody involved, because as you guys know, Sipstea is really about the collaboration of the people. So
absolutely, add us, so
educate, communicate. What did I say?
And elevate.
Yes. Educate, communicate, and elevate. That's what it's about. So
hashtag. Okay. So let's get into tea time. Woo! It's gonna take us a minute.
We skipped brewing tea.
Oh, we did. Because I'm anxious. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Brewing tea.
Yes. Who's that? David over here on Eb Deceleb's page. Positivity right now in this day and age is very, very important. Absolutely. And that's why we start this show out that way. And then we get into all of the actual factual tea.
Because they need to hear this positivity. If they had some of this positivity, I think the world would be a better place.
You will slow down and get it together.
Yeah.
But okay, so Brewing Tea. Brewing is a show where we highlight awesomeness in the community around us, and we talk about great things, just like we were talking about Latif, whose page I got my quote from today. And last week we talked about her and her book, which Eb Deceleb just told me what has already been out. Mm-hmm. But my valleys are temporary. Mm-hmm. I mean, that is just such a powerful thing to say. I don't know, I keep forgetting it because it's a very powerful thing to say. But people like that, if you guys got something going on, I think that there are some events going on this weekend that highlight love. There's actually an opportunity that Sipstea the show might be at this weekend. That is going to be like a coat drive I'm sorry, not a coat drive. There is, I'm gonna get you guys the actual information. Let me stop. But people are out in our community and they are doing great things for other people. And I think that we always to make sure that we're highlighting these people, because if we don't, it goes unnoticed. Mm-hmm. Yet and still we have the Shade Room. We have, all these other social media outlets that highlight all of the negative things that are going on. So we want to make sure that we highlight some of the positive things going on, like the Packing Light and Love, mm-hmm. or Packing Love event that has been going on from Hottest Entertainment. I think that there's a brunch this weekend, so we may actually be able to get to the brunch, and I'm trying to get you guys some actual information. I added you actually in something earlier.
Oh, you did?
I added her. Yes, in a post. Anyway, Walter Medical Center this weekend, 8 to 12. There's going to be, I think it's called like Warm DC or something like that. There is a young lady who is an entrepreneur. I'm just highlighting her because I met her some time ago. She is actually, I was looking for the name because like it says like some mad knitter or something like that. But she is, yes, here you go, girl. See what I'm saying? Like say work, make the dream work. Yes. So this weekend, 8 to 12 on the 23rd. Stay warm, DC. That's what it is. Stay warm, DC. For some, which is so others might eat. They will be taking donations at Stay Warm, DC. They will be collecting canned goods, clothes, toiletries, blankets, feminine products, winter clothes, all that kind of stuff. No cash donations. And they're going to take it over to the Sums building, or what we call the Sums building. And Sums is an acronym for So Others Might Eat. They're also doing it an event style thing, because while you're bringing donations and things like that, they're also going to make sure that they're entertaining. So there's going to be open mic, music, and food and drinks and things like that for volunteers. So literally, they are going to be collecting donations and things and actually packing that up right thereafter and taking it over to the Sums building. And it's called Stay Warm, DC. It's at Walter Reed Community Center.
It's February 23rd.
February 23rd, I believe that is Sunday, and it's under, the page is Neighborhood NITA. Neighborhood spelled the regular way, and NITA is KNITA, because she actually knits these. She has some awesome, yes, honey, awesome apparel and things like that, scarves and sweaters and things like that that she knits, and those are on her page as well. So shout out to the Neighborhood NITA for not only doing what you do, but also using your craft to help others. So Stay Warm, DC, and this drive and all of that other stuff is for this. I'm not sure if she's like knitting some special things for them. I'm not sure how that whole thing is going to go, but it's definitely worth checking out.
And it's actually Saturday.
It's Saturday. Okay, so Saturday's the 23rd. I don't know why I said Sunday. Sunday is Pack Light. I think that's a brunch. Okay. Get me together, girl. So yeah, Sunday with Goddess Entertainment, I believe, is Packing Love or something like that. That brunch. And I know she's been doing events all this week after Valentine's Day. Yeah, leading up to this Sunday. So kudos to you, girl. You are brewing your tea for show. Anybody else?
I think that was it for me. I mean, yeah.
Talk about Jules by Gems, new product lines and stuff like that. Shout out to Eb Deceleb for kicking it with a sister and giving me some other ideas last weekend. That was cute. Last Wednesday. Yes. Eb Deceleb inspired the one size fits all clips. Okay. Some different clips. I have not released those yet. I want to tweak them and put my special touch on them outside of the special. You know, she gets stuff first anyway. But she has some clips in her hair. Those were definitely from Jules by Gem. Looking fabulous, girl, cute or whatever. But shout out to you for giving me some ideas on that note as well.
And you guys, actually, I love them too. They look long, so they're not heavy, and they just clamp right on your lock. And you see, they just move just like so super easy. So it's not gonna.
I think you were concerned about weight as well, and it doesn't disrupt your curl pattern. I actually have a line has their hair bangles. I call them hair bangles, but it's the same idea for sister locks. It's just that they actually slip to the hair as opposed to clamping. But these make it one size fits all. So that was great. That was dope.
I love it.
Yes. And shout out to Yo DMV and all of the people that were submitting music yesterday. You guys are awesome as well. So people, you out there brewing your tea. Y'all here in the DMV making it happen. And don't let nobody tell you that you're not. Thank you, girl. It's like, no. What are you talking about, my jewels? Me in general? Eb Deceleb? What's cute? Look at my baby. Look at her. This little face. I know she's wearing them jewels, right? I gotta get some pics. Look at you, girl. Look at you, girl. So yes, but thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, you're watching Sipstea the show. We are here on YouTube. Wherever you are, you can actually click the link in the bio and it will take you to our YouTube channel. So you can join us here and actually collab, because baby, we about to get into this tea.
Absolutely.
We about to get into some tea. Yeah, if you were here for last week's show and you know that there's shenanigans going on in our community right now, or around the world, actually, which is our community too, you know that there is some tea that we got to discuss during tea time. Anybody else we should brew? And you guys, please let us know if there is somebody else out there that we should be brewing, okay, in our brewing tea segment. These people come to us all the time, but we don't want to be biased. You know what I mean? Our perspective gets to be expanded just by interactions with you. So let us know. Send us information. Add us so we know it's real. Add us with events and things like that, so that we can actually tell other people about them and tell people how good you're doing. So is it tea time yet?
It's definitely tea time.
It is tea time. Mm-hmm. Okay. So tea time is a segment of Sipstea, the show, when we talk about the tea that is going on all around us. So that's world news, politics, all other things that are going on in the world around us, locally, internationally, all that stuff. So Eb Deceleb, girl, because she hit me to some news today that I was like, huh? But do we want to start with that?
Yeah, we can definitely start with that. We can definitely start with that.
Because you know it's dangerous. Sometimes we get on something.
Letice actually just shouted us out. Thank you so much. She actually put the she's watching us on YouTube.
Yay! Hey,
so girl. She put us on YouTube. Watch the show. Watching my show, Sipstea the show on YouTube. See on platform. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Awesome.
Okay, but we gotta get back here.
I should try to get
Eb Deceleb, what? Oh,
you go ahead. Oh, so which one do you want me to start with? You know, I got it all. So look, I'm trying to get on YouTube really quickly. Wow. I mean, on Sipstea. I mean, on Eb Deceleb page to get some people to come over from there. But hey, you start first.
Okay. So a lot of things that have been going on in the world around us. I know that you guys are. We all are. Okay. A couple weeks ago, Sipstea the show, we were talking about Jussie Smollett.
Oh God, no. You started with.
I mean, I didn't really know, but you caught me off guard, so I didn't even know what to start with. Since I was just like, you know what? Let me just jump into it because that's really one of the first things that have been on my mind. Because if you watched the show before, of course, we were justice for Jussie. We're into. Hey, how do we help? You know, this isn't, and we're looking at it like nobody should be treated like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And recently in the news, if you guys have been following the story recently, there is speculation. Allegedly, there is speculation right now that 2 African American, which is the kicker for me, males were involved in this. This was involving a plot.
Can I ask a simple question? He's lying or not?
I can't even do it. I don't even want to be honest. I have this week, everyone wanted to know if I think that he's lying. Okay, because if you guys didn't have the background story, Jussie Smollett was attacked, alleged attack. He went to the hospital, and apparently he was attacked by MAGA representatives, and they were yelling racial slurs. They put a noose around his neck. We subsequently talked about it because the rest of the world threw bleach on him. The rest of the world, all of the world were posting about Jussie Smollett. We supported him, et cetera, et cetera. Flash forward to recently when they're following now he's a suspect. Now they're talking about grand juries and things like that because the suspects that they picked up in this case were actually people that worked with him on the Empire. So turns out the speculation here is that
they're talking.
And they're keeping them away from him and that he's not able to speak with them. Allegedly, this is what's happening. Mind you, he's going on TV and stuff like that, and his lawyer is releasing statements how outrageous that is, that he will be involved in his own attack, which I also think will be outrageous, but I also can't put it past anybody because this is Hollywood.
But with that being said, too, I feel like we're falling kind of, I don't know. I think the way that social media is, they tell us something and we believe it.
Right.
Social media can say right now, Beyonce is pregnant with twins.
Yeah.
Beyonce couldn't even be pregnant with twins, but we'll believe it. We'll take it to the grave.
Right. You know what? We become little investigators, and then now we gotta. Because when she was at that show, when she did she wasn't going
to look pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh girl, yeah, she was.
And y'all know Beyonce always have a flat stomach, and her stomach fucking had little C. Like we will make stuff up in our heads to align with the scandal.
Make it up, but believe it.
Right.
And that's the thing, we make it up, believe it. And it's like with this whole
we want to align with that scandal.
It's like we all were in an uproar. when we heard everything, everybody was posting. Did we really fact find? No, we just were like, oh my God, bleach noose and a man, a gay man.
Absolutely.
So we automatically went to hate crime, this, and this. Here's the thing. I'm still going to sit there and say, because I don't know if he's lying or not, I'm going to say he's not. Yeah. Because who's going to go through all that trouble? However, if he is, that's the fuckery. You have now gave Donald Trump a 1-up.
Right. Yeah.
Because
you made us all look dumb.
Exactly. Yeah. You have now given, without trying, Donald Trump a 1-up. Yeah. Because now you want to whole make America great again and all this other
stuff. You brought him all the way in. You brought
him in it. Yeah. So now you're damn right he's going to take it to the
because it had to be extreme. It couldn't be you just got attacked. Yeah, you had to be attacked. There had to be racial slurs. And it had to be by MAGA. You know what I'm saying? But they're coming up with all kinds of stuff now. But it goes back to what I was saying last week. It's like it goes to the extremes, like protest and do your thing. But just like with like I was saying last week when Mayweather came out with the whole Gucci whatever, let Spike Lee do his thing. Let him have his moment. Don't add fuel to the fire. Right. Do your thing. You have your song, because he came out with a song and all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. Let that be your moment. That don't add fuel to the fire. Right. And so now that's what you've done. Now you've taken something that, okay, stand up for Black people, gay men, whatever. Now we're taking away from all of that. Yeah. Because now you might go to jail. Right. And then what does that do for if this alleged lie, if it's all lies. That will poorly reflect on the gay community. Oh yeah, that will poorly reflect on Empire because the creative director got up there and did a whole thing. Yeah, Jennifer Lewis. Everybody who believed you and reached out for you. That's why how sometimes when kids they lie, they never. It's the whole crying wolf thing. You know what I'm saying? And I posted. Do you have Instagram? I posted that. I said the social media has made us all look like sheep. Yeah, that's it. Everybody's order everything. Yeah. So we gotta really reel it in. We do have to reel it in, and we do have to do our research, but not feel bad about jumping to his. First of all, I don't know. This is an alleged situation, exactly. And again, you would hope that nobody was that extreme because they didn't want to lose a role, or because they didn't want their. Right, exactly. Because Donald Trump is involved. They could be swaying as well. They could be. This could all be also made up. Just like they're saying that he paid these people to do that to him. Somebody could have been paying him more. Exactly. Not to do something else. So we'll never know the truth. Not in today's world. Yeah. We'll never know. And that's even if there's a conviction. Technically, we don't know the truth. We'll never know. People have been in jail for years for things that they did not do. Exactly. So, we'll never know. Depending on who's framing the whole situation, that's what you get. And who has more money. Right, and who has more money? Who's paying and who's doing this and who's doing that? So, there's a lot with that. I for one, I have to refrain from having an opinion at all. Because I don't want to jump down his throat. And the first thing you do, number one, I'm never about blaming the victim. Now, if you're not a victim and you claim victim, I think that's the fuckery because it hurts people who are victims. Because the reason why this story was so powerful was because these kinds of things do happen to people all the time. So you just made a mockery of who it really happens to. Exactly. So, but how quick are we to jump off the bandwagon? And I'm just going to say it like this. Yeah. Everybody was, pro Jussie. Yeah, justice for Jussie. Justice for Jussie. Yeah. Now that all of this new stuff come out, people are now, Cardi B just did a whole post about it. You see what did she say? Yeah, she was like, why the fuck would you do this on Black History Month? If you're fucking lying, this is a shame. First of all, but you were the first one. Everybody was all the celebrities were the first one to his defense. Yeah. Now that this news came out, now we're going against him. Yeah. Like we're such bandwagon. Especially we're robotically programmed to listen to social media. Absolutely. Robotic. I miss the. But you know what? It's like the news. Yeah, I don't miss that. Like, I do. I understand what you're saying, but I hated the news. Of the news. But I'm saying when you could actually hear real news, like all this fake news
people say this. Like I said, people can say Beyonce's pregnant. Everybody's been going up for it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not pregnant.
Right.
But everybody been saying
I blame
something.
Wikipedia.
Oh.
But I mean, to be honest, you know, media in general, you have a responsibility to report things, but media can also change the story. They can the job of media has historically been to frame things the way that they want to have it framed. When there's elections, 9 times out of 10, the media will support, you know, their candidate or whoever it is that they're being supportive of at that time for whatever reason. So we always have to be careful of the media. It's just right now the media is us because we are the media. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, like I could post something right now, and I can post Beyonce's pregnant. I found out such and such, and somebody will screenshot or blah blah blah, share.
If you wake up and you like, whoa,
it's like a freaking forest fire.
What the fuck just happened?
Yeah, absolutely. So you do have to be cautious and aware. And I think one of these things is nobody checked their sources or checked their facts or anything.
No, we saw something we wanted to believe in. We saw something that we wanted to believe in, and that's what we did.
Absolutely. Because you sitting up in a hospital bed with cuts and bruises and stuff like that saying that you were attacked. The first thing I'm gonna do is be on your side.
Exactly.
I'm not fitting to be like, well, did you? Because there was a lot of speculation about there being gay activity. Oh, he met somebody and and I really did not like the fact that a lot of the stuff I'm hearing, oh, he in Chicago, what is he doing walking outside at 2 a.m. And my heart goes out to people because I'm so freaking random. I'm always doing something at a time when I shouldn't be doing something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cold or no.
Yeah.
To be honest, these things have happened. I literally walked out of my house at some weird, awkward time of night, and I felt like I needed to take a walk. I literally walked to the gas station, and there was a guy there beating his little self off right there on the steps of the gas station. Yeah. And I was like, Temple Hill, right there at the corner. This was let me not say where I live at. Yeah, it was very, very close.
Where we live at?
It was near Marlow Heights.
He was in there beating his dick.
He was just not the way it's just in your pants.
No, you gotta pull it out.
I gotta pull it out. You know what I'm saying? The whole situation.
God, no.
And so, you know, at that point, now I'm scared. That's when I became scared. I was not scared when I walked out. I wasn't scared because it was dark. I wasn't scared because of what area I was in. I was not scared until I realized that somebody was out doing something crazy where I was. And that's when I became aware of it. So some of us, you know, we just do willy-nilly things. You know what I'm saying? It's child. Now, you know, normally I'd be like, "Ooh, look at that!" But at that very moment, that's when I was vulnerable. I was vulnerable before I left the house. I'm walking around. You know, I'm just doing what I want to do because I want to do it. And nobody in the world should not be able to do something like what they want to do. Like you should be able to walk outside your house whenever you feel like it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's crazy, but.
He was out there beating his dick.
He was out there just going, sis. You know, and I was like, ooh, you know, because don't look at me. I don't want to be nowhere near you, your hand, or your meat. So but obviously, mind you, this was like 3 years ago, and I'm still scarred for life. So, how you doing? Okay. Obviously, that touched my soul, okay? But yeah, things like that happen. And so again, I'm gonna send Jesse.
I'm gonna send him my prayers.
I'm gonna send some prayers for the whole situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know, I hope that he did not, you know, do anything fraudulent. I really do.
Yeah, for his sake, because if he did,
and I hope that if somebody is setting him up,
do something fraudulent, I hope it's worth it.
Yeah, I don't think so because right now
Donald Trump is involved.
The speculation behind what he did is already getting him in trouble.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Cutting his scenes.
That's slander.
But the thing is that the speculation, because you're thinking, why would he do that? The speculation behind the whole thing is that he, somebody sent a email for a gay man to the Empire studio, and one story I heard that basically he did it because he didn't feel like they were giving it enough attention. Another thing said he basically was vying for more time on the show. Like you want more screen time. So when script writers are doing things for a show, they're trying to see whoever's relevant. Taraji, you're gonna be in every scene, boo. Why? Because the people want to see you.
They want to see Boo Boo Kitty.
Yeah, they want to see you. You know what I'm saying? So
he wasn't getting no screenplay, so he went out and did a whole scene.
As if he wanted some more screenplay. He was the
creative director of a.
He's like, you know what? I only got 5 scenes.
Exactly. He's making his own shit.
Okay, look, listen, come here. I'm gonna give y'all some money. I need you to beat me in the eye. You come this way. Okay, boom, 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 and then I'm going to the hospital. So whatever. But that was the speculation behind that. So hopefully nobody will do that for more scenes. But
shit.
Listen, in regular life, maybe not. But if I was an actress or actor, and who knows what what I'm saying? But who knows what they're doing?
I can't even believe that though, because the way that the CEO is a gay man, the creative director is a gay man. So
what does that mean?
So I can't believe that he would. Why? So it's a deeper reason of why he wasn't getting airtime if that was the case.
No, yeah, you're just getting no airtime, or you're not. Say we wrote seasons, and you're supposed to get 10 scenes, but you want 15, 20 because that's going to affect your money, or you want this, that, and the other, or you notice that you usually get 10 scenes, and now all of a sudden you're getting 5.
Boy,
you know what I'm saying? So that it's a whole different. It's ain't Sipstea world. This is a whole different world when people are actors and actresses and models and things like that.
You can get all the scenes you want to get.
Yes, come on here. We're gonna talk about it.
Sit right here in the middle.
Please, Jesse. We're gonna talk about it. And you know what? Even if you lie, I would support you on Sipstea.
Exactly.
I'd be like, what they do, boo.
But if we find out he lied, what you gonna do? How you gonna act?
I'm just gonna be like, that's unfortunate. It's fucked up. And then the next show will be about liars. Like this.
But here's the thing: how long? It's not even. They're not even. It's not gonna stay relevant. It's not gonna even stay relevant because it's gonna be something else that they want to hear about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm telling y'all.
We have the attention span.
Exactly. It's not gonna be relevant no more because it goes from this to that. We was just doing the blackface.
That's why very soon we'll be wearing Gucci again because we're gonna forget.
The NFL is
by summertime when you want them slides, y'all will be back on the Gucci.
You'll be like, But now guess what? That's not relevant because guess what now is relevant? Burberry.
Okay.
Burberry and they news.
Okay.
So that.
Now, you know what? Now this I didn't know anything about Burberry and their news when I came through here, up and through here today. Eb Deceleb told me, she was like, now we got Burberry. I said, what Burberry do? Look like it's John and them down here. What Burberry do? And she goes and shows me this rendition of their. I mean, you know what?
I'm sick and tired of having to protest these damn clothing.
I'm tired of boycotting y'all clothing.
I'm tired of it.
It's just
because guess what? You can now buy Burberry and TJ Maxx and Marshall, and that's still my favorite smell.
Maybe
Burberry
that's why.
London.
And you know what?
The fuck?
Even though, just like you said that you can buy it now at local stores.
See, I ain't mad because you can't buy Gucci or TJ Maxx.
Okay.
So I could boycott.
Check this out.
No way.
If you can buy Burberry in the stores and things like that, now who wants to be relevant again? Burberry. Listen, but this is what sometimes people I don't know if you guys have heard this statement before that all publicity is good publicity. Sometimes these people, because they already know we're going to stop buying your stuff for like 5 seconds. But when we come back, you're going to get all that revenue. So it's nothing beyond me that says Burberry knew what they was doing. They was like, you know what? Boycott us because you're going to boycott us for a week. Then you're going to go back to TJ Maxx and Marshalls and then you're going to pick up a couple things like with a vengeance. So maybe that's their attempt to bring back some relevancy and get themselves back in the limelight. Because I don't know about you, but I wasn't thinking about Burberry for a second.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been thinking about Burberry. I love it.
I mean, I ain't been up in TJ Maxx either. So had I seen it, maybe, but child, I don't know. So that's the thing. But did you guys see that? Have you seen the whole new situation? And what do y'all think? Because I really felt like when you showed me the picture, I'm still borderline on that.
Well, no, and then another thing is they were saying that because it was a noose around the neck, are we making a mockery of suicide?
Okay.
So they took it all the way deep, you know, and then the whole thing. Suga Honey Iced TEA said, she said love Burberry, you know, but now we got to start boycotting Burberry. So I mean,
she said the hell if she is Suga Honey Iced TEA, are you gonna boycott Burberry? Tell the truth. Tell us, girl. Tell us. Would you boycott them because you thought that they did some fashion?
I'm gonna tell y'all something. I didn't boycott Netflix, okay, because that $12.95 subscribe
and we gotta get into this shit.
I'm sorry, I didn't boycott. I boycott Gucci because I can't afford the shit. I didn't boycott for Colin Kaepernick. I believe it, but see what I did.
Yeah, you was over there just watching stuff.
I didn't boycott that, but what I didn't do is I didn't publicize that I was watching.
Yeah, you're not.
That was my hidden treasure.
You should at least say you was boycotting and just go behind people's back and then just watch it by
exactly.
yourself.
So I didn't boycott it.
You didn't do nothing.
but I boycott.
But Gucci, you know what?
Prada, and Katy Perry.
I ain't gonna lie. I tried for a hot second to boycott Netflix. Then I realized I had already paid for that month's subscription, so I'm not.
You can get your money back.
Right. So I gotta watch. I gotta at least finish out this month, and then by the next month it was over again. It's things like this. But
however,
yes, bring it back now.
Bring it back though. Monique, her delivery might have been fucked up on how, but Monique is a comedian. So her delivery will always be fucked.
That is exactly okay. So you guys, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but there was a big scandal with Monique. First, the first
blackballed.
She was blackballed.
She still is.
That was the whole thing. She is blackballed. She's been blackballed. She's been
blackballed. Love Monique.
We've all loved her for a long time. But she recently, I think she came back to the limelight because with some negative publicity, because she actually asked everybody to boycott Netflix, and that's what Eb Deceleb and I were talking about. And that was over an amount of money that they were trying to offer her for a Netflix deal where they offered another Caucasian
$13 million.
So much more money. And she, you know, of course, she's standing up for being worth more than that. I'm not sure that everybody made the connection to what she was talking about. Saying. I'm not sure that asking us to boycott Netflix without an elongated reason why and call to action was the thing to do. But yet and still, in that instance, she was standing up for herself. Then after that, apparently she had gone on stage and I guess she had offended Oprah. She offended Tyler Perry. And she offended Lee Daniels and Lionsgate. Yeah. Okay. So these are all very, very high. No, don't nobody go for Oprah. And nobody better not come for Oprah.
And the reason she offended them
is because she said
no.
What?
She said no.
Oh yeah. No, but
what she said.
Let me tell you something though. But the way she said no, and I think this is what
told him to suck her dick.
She said if she had a dick, yes, let them suck her dick. Okay, so on stage and publicly and very loudly in only her Monique fashion. Now my thing is just like what you said. She's a comedian. She's told a whole lot of people to suck her dick.
Exactly.
Like, I mean,
that's her thing. She doesn't give a fuck. At the time, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I've always crushed on Monique. I was watching her movie today too, can play that game, and I was like crushing on her. I like the old big Monique because she was fluffy.
She was fluffy, yeah.
I just felt like I could fall right in her lap and just Anyway, that's my whole memory. Anyway,
okay, bring it back. So.
But at the end of the day, I will always love Monique. Yeah. I will always love what Monique stands for. She stood up for, people say, well, is it for women? Is it for Black women? What is it? She said she stood up for herself.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, she is a legend.
And she has to say she stood up for herself because even if she said she stood up for us, you know, as a community, as a people, we didn't stand up for her.
We did not. So that she was saying that Dave Chappelle, because they were saying, are you selling it for Black people? Because Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock, are you selling it for women? Because Amy, whatever her name is, she said, no, I'm setting up for myself. Yeah. Because how can you put me in the category of her when I am a legend? Right. And I have field seats. Yeah. You're calling me a legend, but trying to pay me half. Yeah.
Of what a newcomer is getting.
And so then you have people, small-minded people like Steve Harvey, who's going to say, just take that money. Right. Yes. Fuck your money.
Now, did you guys?
I would say the same thing.
I don't know who has seen, and I think Steve Harvey not coming for defense, and a lot of people not coming to her defense even made her, and it exacerbated the situation. It made her even more upset. It made everybody even more upset in that situation, because you guys are what we would call power players. Yeah. You guys are in that industry. And not only that, by her touring and doing all that stuff with Steve Harvey, that was a very personal thing. You know what I'm saying? She was on his show recently. It was like, my brother this, my brother that. You know what I'm saying? He's my sister this, my sister that. But you did not have your sister's back. You did not have. It would be like you going on the show or we going on tour, and then you know when somebody's talking about me, but you're not sitting there. You encouraging the conversation, and you're not having my back. Exactly. Pause. Wait. Take the money out of it. We family. Right. Exactly. And I think that was the offense to her. Yeah. Tyler Perry, I've done movies for you. And I think Oprah Winfrey, we family. Right. I think people miss the fact that what she was so upset about. Y'all gotta go and watch the Steve Harvey interview. Lord Jesus, it made me so upset. It is. But you have to go back and see one of the points that she was talking about. She wanted to say, basically, you privately tell me I'm right. Exactly. And publicly shame me I'm wrong. Yes. That's the thing. Just matter of fact, don't say nothing at all to me. Because don't we know that social media has the impact that it does. Fuck your private thoughts. Put that shit out on stage. Exactly. Now imagine. But you want me to publicly apologize? But you privately telling me this shit? Exactly. Exactly. No. So now imagine if when all of that was going on, she that they actually supported her and they came and said, yeah, go ahead and boycott Netflix. You know what I'm saying? But then a little back. It's a money game, and she said it plain white and black and yellow and green and whatever color. It is a money game. Fuck your morals. Fuck your integrity. Let's get this money. And that's their mentality. And he literally pretty much said this. He also said something else that, kind of got into me. And I said, you know what, me and Eb Deceleb got to talk about this. Sure, right here. He said if he focused on his integrity and stood up for himself and did this, that, and the other, then it would be bad for his children and his children's children, all these people that depend on him. Basically, because that would be an attack on their wealth. But and here we go, clapping in the audience. And I just want you guys to know that when you are on the show, you have an audience button that tells these motherfuckers when to clap. Exactly. So nobody's really clapping for your dumbass statement. Okay? Mm-hmm. So don't get it twisted when you watch it. But his statement about wealth and how basically he's taking integrity out of it because he has to basically support his family and support. Now, I get it. We go to jobs every day. And as a parent, y'all, if anybody's out there that is a single mother, you a dog mother. Okay. Now, some stuff at your job you take until you don't have to anymore. But some stuff you take because you need to get them coins, bring it on home because the kids need to be fed. Mm-hmm. I understand that. But what the kind of wealth that he's talking about it's way different. It's not a matter of life or death for them. Yeah. It's not a matter of will I eat. It's am I gonna eat good? Are we gonna be able to be in a pack? Am I gonna have to wear Burberry for Marshall? Okay, the fuck? Exactly. But at the end of the day, look at Monique, and she said it. My family's not eating. They blackballed me because I stood up for what I believe in, because I said no. Because I first of all, I did not know she did that, and then shout out to her. Yeah, shout out to Monique. She did Precious for $50,000. Okay, and that movie grossed. You should have broke her off with a little more money anyway. Because she said no, she didn't want to go over your seed and promote your movie. Now you want to blackball her and then get other people involved, her quote unquote thing. But you know what? This industry ain't loyal. You ain't got no family and friends. Yeah. The people you sit to the right and to the next, you know that they will burn your motherfucking back. Absolutely. At a drop of a fucking dime. You need to be aware. This industry ain't loyal. This is not, no. Because everybody loves Monique. Absolutely. Now nobody wants to work with Monique. Right. Now Monique is difficult. Now she is difficult because people they want you to go along with whatever they put forward. Exactly. Don't be difficult because you are the one person that's kind of stopping the flow right now. Everybody else agree to go and do this, that, and the other. And be country picking niggas. Yes. But she don't want to do that. So you won't go do this. You won't go do this for free. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's like you wouldn't even ask X, Y, and Z to do this for free. So that's disrespectful off the break. And how many times have you been disrespected and needed to stand up for yourself? And that is exactly what she's doing. And also what angered me about this interview, and I tell you guys, go watch the damn. You know, half the time I don't want people to watch the interview because I don't want him to get no more viewers. But I need people to see this.
Suga Honey. And she just talks so sexual. She just does something to me.
Yeah, this is my brother. I love you.
Brother, baby, I love you. I love you, baby.
It's her voice. It's her voice.
Something about it just does something.
All together. Oh,
come on.
We can
back to her.
Okay. All right.
But I miss Monique in movies. I do. She's funny to me.
I mean, you know what? I feel like this blackballing, et cetera, can't last forever because they don't want her.
Yeah. And that's what Steve Harvey said. He said, we need your talent system.
Absolutely.
But at what cost?
And then strategically, you having her come on your show for what? Now you want my ratings. Don't get it twisted. You see what I'm saying?
You
want me. You got me fucked up. You want my ratings. You still want my ratings because now I'm in the middle of a controversy. It just so happens to be that controversy is actually about my entire livelihood.
And
then you sit on it and then sister. I wish I could remember this YouTuber, but there is a male YouTuber. I watched his channel. Click these things real fast when you're angry. But I watched this man's channel after I watched the Steve Harvey show. And when I said someone is deserving of a windmill, I understand that everybody gets to have their own perspective, but this was hard for me to watch. He started off by saying that Steve couldn't get a word in edgewise. Bitch, where?
She was letting him talk.
She was letting him talk. She didn't have a choice but let him talk. But also, if you really want to do your story, it's due diligence. You really need to let her freaking talk.
You see what I'm saying? She came on your show.
She came on your show to tell this story, and you just want to tell her why you're right. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference between telling a story and telling me why I'm telling somebody else why you're right. That's different. And then here we go, the audience clap machine is telling the audience clap every time he says something stupid. Mm-hmm. So I am glad if you guys want to visit Sipstea show page. We don't want to beat this. It's going to come up again because it's time for us not to continue to take everything that is handed at us.
Yeah.
There is a time when you have got to stand up, that we as a people have got to stand up. And unfortunately, these are our leaders. And we have some leaders that telling us that you got to play the game, and you got to play the game the way they set the game up, which when actually, if all of those people came together, we're talking about the Lee. I'm sorry, we're talking about the Lee Daniels. We're talking about the Oprah Winfrey. We're talking about the Linsgate. We're talking about the Steve Harvey. We're talking about Kevin Hart. If all of those, if all of our big players came together and they stood and said, this is wrong, we're not going to take it. If they together said fucking no, then it would resonate.
But you know, it's funny how they want to blackball talent, but encourage talentless acts.
Oh, girl.
Okay, that's it. You want to blackball talent, Monique, and you want to encourage talented acts, Tiffany Haddish.
You just need to stop going on Tiffany.
Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You want to blackball people like Monique when you
Tiffany,
have people,
I like you, girl.
I mean, you know what, Tiffany? I'll get your money. However,
get your money. That's why I like you.
Get your money. However, you still selling your soul to get your money. Because at the end of the day, I'm sorry, she is. Because she has no real talent. The comedians that we have today, with an exception of maybe one, you know.
Well, wait a minute. Don't say she has no talent. Say she has no comedic talent.
She has no comedic.
In your opinion, in your purview, she has no comedic talent. Okay.
In my opinion, as Eb Deceleb, enjoys a good laugh.
Okay, a chuckle.
Kiki kaka. She doesn't make me do either. Kiki kaka. Okay. She makes me have the what the fuck is this face?
Okay.
Like, seriously, like now, comedy is Instagram. Yeah. Instagram funny. But comedy,
but shit, don't even get me started on the Instagram funny because I can't do that right now. I cannot do some of this comedy.
Instagram stage funny. Monique can just be out there just being herself, and I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah,
you got all these.
She got some. Yeah,
exactly. Back in the day, the queens of comedy, taking it back. That was funny.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Queens of Comedy was funny as hell.
It was funny.
Yeah. If this generation has not seen Queens of Comedy, you lost out. Because all you have are.
And I love my girl, Just Hilarious. I do think she's funny.
I was about to say, don't do it, girlfriend.
She's actually really, really funny to me.
I do.
But Lala, she staged, like she does her stage things that she posts on Instagram. Those are funny, but she could never do stand up.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So there's a different type of funny.
Yeah.
I don't see her going on tour like I see Just Hilarious selling out arenas and going on tour.
Okay.
I don't see Tiffany.
But you know what we always gotta say? Everything ain't for everybody either. Like you gotta find your lane.
But that's my point, is saying you want to blackball talent.
Yeah.
But promote somebody like Tiffany Haddish. Yeah. I don't understand it.
But that's this day and age. That's the same thing that happens with TV.
Or Colin Kaepernick. He was a hell of a quarterback.
Bye. Because what they're trying to tell you is that we don't need you. But guess what? Until we say no, as the public, as you know, a group of people, technically, until we say no, this is not happening. That everybody keeps getting to get away with it. You get away with it in the television industry. You get away with it in the music industry. You get away with feeding us only what you want us to have. Mm-hmm. And that's all we get. That's just how it goes. We get only what you want us to have until we say no. But what will help us say no? Because if Eb Deceleb, if you the one person that's boycotting and you say, you know what, I'm going to support Kaepernick and I'm not going to watch this and this, you feel like I'm the only one that's not doing it. There's not a movement. Unfortunately, we need a movement. Imagine if there was no Martin Luther King and that's what my thing was with the whole Monique situation and the Steve Harvey interview. If Martin Luther King and Malcolm X thought like Steve Harvey, we would still be in the cotton field. Right. Okay?
Those are parts.
If you worried only about your household and your food and you're this and you're that and they're this and they're that, we don't progress, because in order to progress, there is not, if our people, African American communities, I'm sure some other communities in the world, but if African American communities don't realize that we have got to band together, we need each other, that is going to be our fatal flaw. Everybody knows it but us. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Everybody but us knows it.
We don't know how to protest.
Yeah.
Because see,
but we do. It's in us.
Like, we know how to protest. Here's the thing.
We need the leaders though.
We know how to protest, but we don't want to protest alone.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the thing.
Because
we know, because see,
Million Man March with one person is just one person walking down the street.
But when Martin Luther King was out there protesting, he didn't give a fuck if he was alone or if he had a group of people. But
you know what? He built that. You build it, and consistency is key. And you know, coming back to the table and all. I'm just disappointed because we do have some people. We got some power players up there.
We do.
In all genres. We got them in sports. We got them in music. We got them in TV. We got them in radio. And all of these people need to come together and sit at the table and say, hey, as soon as I tell my people, which will be us, that we doing this, then that's what we doing.
But we don't realize as a people, and you definitely got to move to the next topic, but we don't realize as a people how strong we are. Something you told me last week or 2 weeks ago, you said, Effie, we need each other to make this show work.
Absolutely.
We are strong. You have to know your own worth.
Absolutely.
And as people, African Americans, we don't know our own worth.
Yeah.
And how we actually impact
the whole freaking, exactly.
How many, let's look at, like you said, sports. How many African Americans are playing?
Imagine football, basketball, imagine all of these sports without us.
Music. Ain't nobody gonna listen to country all day long.
Okay. All right.
Like we have more power than we think, but we're afraid to take it because we don't want to lose $1.
We so scared to say no in many ways because you're scared somebody's gonna take something from you that you work so hard to get.
Exactly.
But guess what? If you don't stand for something, you fall for everything. You know, and that Monique's trying not to do that. So we're gonna leave it there. You know what I'm saying? Again,
and I think Steve Harvey actually is gonna get the shit toward.
Yeah.
That's it. See, I sliced my finger, so you got to do it like this.
You know what? We should.
I sliced my fingers. I was fucked up this weekend.
Yeah, Steve, you get the shit award. You got out of here. You done lost your damn mind. Okay.
So for the next one, you guys, we're going to talk about a relationship, and we'll also talk about a detox tea. And as we're coming off such a lovely Valentine, Everybody was in love.
Yes.
Going broke buying chocolates.
Little
chocolate. Now you got to lose that 5 pounds that you put in that chocolate. Let's talk about actually if you're in a relationship with your partner and you have 2 different beliefs.
Affinity. Affinity is our love and relationship second, or just the ships. So what happens if you guys are in love and you have 2 different beliefs? Are we talking religious beliefs or beliefs in general?
Like, say for instance, I'm glad Kim Kardashian stands by her man. We didn't even get to talk about the whole other stuff. We'll talk about that later. But and the whole "Make America Great Again," blah 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 blah. But if you look into earlier things, she was also for Obama. So we don't really know what her political beliefs are. To be quite honest,
do you know what your political beliefs
does she even know what her political beliefs are?
Right.
Do you stand by your man or do you stand for what's right?
Yeah.
And how far are you going at? And I think that's a lot with everything that's happening too, with like all of this that's going on with the Monique, whole thing with her. If her man didn't have her back, would she be doing what she's doing?
That's crazy.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
I do.
Those are like those conversations, and I think that support of your spouse is it important to help with movement.
Yeah.
Or Mayweather with this whole with the
because who didn't tell him this? Do
you see what I'm saying?
Does he not have a girlfriend or somebody? They should have told him to shut the hell up, baby. I support you, but I'm gonna pull you to the side in this Gucci store like I'm ready to leave.
Let's go.
We need to get out of here because this is not a good look. But yeah, how far do you take that do you take that? Because you're right. I'm not sure what this would have looked like for Monique. If had her husband, not been such, if he wasn't on that same wavelength, do you try to get the other person to come over to your side? You know, how much, like, do you have to, if you believe something is right, do you keep going for what you believe, and then your other significant other, husband, whoever it is, and they believe it's something else, then where do you find a common ground, and how does that, do you move differently because of that? You know what I'm saying? Are you 150% on topic with it? Now, I mean, and where do you draw the line?
Like, so I pose that question out to people, like, do you have to have the same beliefs as your partner in order to remain in a relationship? Now, I know if we're going biblically, they say you shouldn't be unequally yoked, but when it becomes to political beliefs, can you be a Democrat and can you be a Republican being in the same house?
Right.
And so I was just thinking about that the other day. So I'm like, what if Sydney wasn't so gun-ho into what she was, what she believed? Yeah. Would she still be on the same, I'm black paint woman and you're going to pay me what I'm a lady and you're going to pay me what I deserve?
I mean, sometimes somebody else, I'm not even going to lie. Like, in my lifetime, I have had some people that supported me, but it's been in situations where I didn't even know to be offended. And that person actually, put it to me like, hey, this is going on, da, 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 da. You don't feel like this, you don't feel like that. And I'm like, you know what? Like, that is offensive. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it does take somebody else to raise awareness in you. But I think everybody got to decide certain things for themselves. And that's down to religion. Because if you have 2 differing religious beliefs, that's difficult. You know what I'm saying? I've always seen that as being difficult. It's always something that causes a problem. But I think that that's mostly because usually when it comes to religion, there's so much conviction behind religion that's one of those areas you can't really bend too much on. You know what I'm saying? But just like Jehovah's Witnesses, there are reasons why they don't do the holidays and the celebrations and this, that, and the other. So if I'm a Catholic Christian and I'm like, no, we definitely doing Christmas. We celebrate this birth. How do you balance that? Because you're directly going against, something that I strongly, strongly believe in. Like, what do we do with that? But as it pertains to a lot of other things, are there moving parts? Can you agree to disagree on certain things? But still, because the support is always an important factor. Absolutely. Even if you don't agree with somebody, can you still support them? You know what I'm saying?
And I'll say that to that point, it could, like, given Kim and Kanye West, she might not agree, but she definitely stands by him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I just always wonder, like, how far will you go? Like, I know me, when I'm strong in my beliefs, for me personally, if I'm strong and I believe in something, I'm not going to go against you. However, I'm not going to follow you because we're in this commitment together. Yeah. That's not, I have my own mind. Yeah. You know, I'm going to think the way I want to think, you know? And so, I mean, I ask that question to anybody out there. You know, if you're in a relationship, do you go with what they're saying? Would you stand for your man, stand for your woman, or would you stand for what's right? Right. I also think that there's a public and private to that too, because I know some things that I might publicly, we'll go along with that, but privately, we're going to have a conversation. We're going to have a conversation. As a matter of fact, I saw somebody post a clip from A Different World where Dwayne Wayne, you guys got to check this out. Dwayne Wayne was, going to talk to his girlfriend, Whitley. He gave her, one of these machismo, like, listen, you my wife and I love you. And, we need to go and work this out. And then he walked away and she was just like, okay, baby, So she felt like, yeah, you can this, the bull, taking this role. And then he walked away, but he snapped at her to come on. And she just kind of, ran, towards him. And so the person who posted it was saying how, she wants somebody in her life that, that actually takes charge like that and talks to her that way. Oh, no. But then she also said, no, it was cool. It was cool. I'm going to lie. But she said that snap. She said, but that snap we will have to talk about later. Okay. She said, I'll be running behind him too. But that snap we're going to have to talk about. So, there are boundaries and things like that people do have to work through. But again, I do feel like, it's funny because I was talking yesterday on your DMV Raps or afterwards, and I said something like, I am publicly private, or private publicly, or whatever the case may be, backwards and forwards. And what that meant is something that's just like this, like publicly. Okay, baby, back away. We're going to have to talk about this in private, because it's not everybody's business. You know what I'm saying? Our Discord is not everybody's business. Me disagreeing with you and why I disagree with you is not everybody's business. Same thing with Eb Deceleb. I feel like intimate relationships of any kind, the ships, which is what we're talking about with affinity, I feel like there are certain things that we don't do publicly, we might need to do privately, because that's nobody's business. It's nobody's business how y'all get down. It's nobody's business, like you said, it goes with anything now. Yeah, absolutely. But affinity is all about the ships. So, all kinds of relationships. All your relationships and things like. GemDTwin, if you snap at me, I'm gonna put my middle finger. I'm gonna be like, Ebony. And I'm gonna be like, what? What, like? Can you come on? You gonna put up your cut finger? Sliced up. I mean, like, she got this retarded finger. Sliced up. She sliced. Ebony scissor hand. Poor thing. Poor little tink. But yeah. But you try to make sure that you are respectful at all times to people in public. And usually with most relationships, I prefer to do things privately, because it gets to be disrespectful. I don't want nobody talking to. I feel like if I'm disrespectful towards somebody publicly, it gives other people the right to disrespect you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And whereas if it's any kind of ship, even partnerships or relationships, I might want to say something out the way to you. Just because we all slip sometimes. Sometimes you say some things and it causes your partner to be like, what? You know what I'm saying? And you have to take it back later. But if you say that to somebody in public and then somebody else says it to them, you can be ready to fight. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because who are you talking to? You gotta show that respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I joke around with this all the time. I be like, oh, this is my bitch. You know what I'm saying? Let somebody else say you're a bitch. That, you know what I'm saying? We rate it. It's gonna be windmills. We're gonna have to windmill you now. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not cool. So publicly private. My life is an open book, but at this same time, some of them chapters are not, for the general public. Exactly. Yeah. So you guys, let us know what you think. Like, chime in on that. Absolutely. And you
watching this, put it down in the comment section because we do read those comments. We do read those comments. Sometimes we respond and everything. So, and
then the last thing, detox tea. And so for our detox tea, I think our cups actually.
Yeah, I really wanted to
say highlight our cups here.
Even when you're taking in your libations, you can have some.
You can rewind
and relax and unwind
and
live a little. So I guess one of the things about this, let me see, can you guys see that? Relax and unwind. One of the things about this, it was funny
and that no, you cannot get these off Sipstea.
No, you can't.
These were pre-made.
But one thing about this is I thought it was pretty cool because you always have to keep these reminders around yourself. The same thing with positive thoughts and positive energy. You have got to surround yourself in it.
Oh, yeah.
And it sounds funny, but if you think about it, you're surrounded by negativity all the time. You know what I mean? We actually have to do our part to go out and find positivity. So, which is why we start off with positivity and we end with detox, body, mind, and spirit. We're actually trying to always advocate and support people finding ways to be well with body, mind, and spirit. And one of those ways is just to keep positivity and positive words and positive people and positive postings and things like that around you at all times. Like, try to saturate yourself with it because the world has enough for you in the other direction.
100% agreement.
Absolutely. So you guys,
our hour is up.
Our hour is up, but we're not even that far over, which is pretty cool.
We did good, and we started close to being on time.
Absolutely.
We're getting better and better. So
that's the goal. That's the goal. So thank you guys for tuning in to Sipstea, the show. We really, really appreciate you watching. Shout out to DDTINC and Yo DMV Raps and all of that good stuff. Shout out to all the people that we talked about today on the show who are out there brewing their tea. Please don't forget to send us people that are brewing their tea so that we can highlight them as well. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and share Sipstea, the show. And we will see you back here next week, baby.
Later.
Okay, later. And okay, I'm going to end you all. As I get my little, I gotta get a piece of paper and a pen. Because sometimes you gotta keep the tea separate. You know what I'm saying? Bye, guys. I hate to hear my voice on camera.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't.
How long you been?
I don't know. It's just funny. Oh yeah, we need to do this though. What is Kendall Katrina about? Is she saying? Don't that look like the same face? We need to.